For Crema Media's Polity, I'm Sane Dhlamini. Researcher and analyst Professor Raymond Suttner joins me for Suttner's View, a weekly commentary on South Africa's political scene. Welcome, Raymond.
Thank you.
Today we are going to witness Zuma's court case, in fact the most awaited case dating back from over 9 years now. Do you think that this case will carry the same weight that we saw when he appeared in court for the rape charges?
Well, it's a very different type of case. It is politically significant because it's very important to signal to the population that the highest and the lowest can be held accountable for whatever they've done, and it still has to be proved that he's done what he's charged of. It is also politically important in the sense that Zuma has tried for some long time to resist the reinstatement of the charges. You will recall that he was supposed to face charges right until the time of his becoming president, and then the acting director of the NPA, Mokotedi Chair, withdrew the charges. And that was challenged by some of the membership of the prosecution team, and the DA and others went to court over a number of years, and these charges have been reinstated. But Zuma engaged a lot of lawyers, spent a lot of money resisting, releasing tapes, a whole lot of things, and a lot of that expenditure was very wasteful. And now they are they're having this case, and a number of people are using it. You refer to the rape trial as a way of rallying support for Zuma. Zuma says that he's being persecuted. Here he is doing nothing, and people are persecuting him. And many of the people who are involved in passing into Durban today, I don't know, you say it's a small crowd, but maybe it's we don't know yet what the crowd will be. And there was a night vigil last night. And I think what they're trying to do is rally support for Zuma in a way that can possibly create an atmosphere which makes it seem that he's persecuted, and also influence the court possibly. Also, it is politically a way of undermining the new presidency of Cyril Ramaphosa, to suggest that they're going after Zuma when he just simply wants to retire in peace. And now these people who are rallying behind him are suggesting that they don't have confidence in the judiciary, and they're going after Zuma, persecuting Zuma. But it's very interesting to look at the people who are involved in this. People like the Black Land First have no background in the ANC. They got attracted to the Guptas, they got attracted to Zuma. And it's very interesting how some people who are very anti-ANC joined up with the ANC government in the time of Zuma. Why is it that they joined up, that they were so attracted to an allegedly corrupt government? So I don't think it's exactly the same as the Zuma rape trial, but I think they're trying to build up a similar atmosphere of support for him. But you must remember that the support for Zuma then was aimed at making him president of the ANC and then president of the country. Now they're trying to safeguard him from going to jail.
But then we know that the ANC Women's League as well as the Youth League are also rallying behind Zuma. What does this mean for the ANC?
Well, you know, people are rallying behind Zuma, but the ANC National Executive or National Working Committee took a specific decision that they could not rally in the colours of the ANC. Now, I believe some of the people who were at the vigil last night were wearing ANC colours. And if they go to court, what will the ANC do about it? This is a decision of the ANC leadership, and people will probably be openly defying it. It puts people like the BLF people, like Land First people, in a difficult position. Do they wear ANC colours when they've never been ANC? They have just been, defending the Guptas and things like that. So their way of defying will have to be different. But if they defy, my guess is that the ANC leadership will let it pass, even if it is a defiance. They've issued this instruction, but what these people are doing by defying is to show that they do not accept the rule of law applied to Zuma. Women's League and the Youth League, I doubt whether they will actually defy, because I think what is happening now is with Ramaphosa becoming president, these people want to look after themselves. Not only they want to look after the Youth League and the Women's League, they don't want to be out in the streets without a job. So I think there will be limits on what they will do now.
We've heard that the state advocate who successfully prosecuted fraudster Shabir Sheikh will also lead the corruption case against Zuma. Is this a good thing or a bad thing?
This chap, Billy Downer, I think it's very good in the sense that he knows the case inside out. He was one of those who opposed the withdrawal of charges by Chair, and I've read some talk he gave to the Middle Temple of the Bar in Britain. He's a very competent advocate. Wim Trengove was also involved then, but now this Trengove is not a professional prosecutor, which Downer is. And I think it's good because people have cast doubt over the prosecuting the head of the NPA in KZN. So it's very good that Downer is the prosecutor.
Last night at the vigil, I saw some people commenting that they are supporting Zuma because of what he has done, especially for KZN. During the times when IFP as well and the ANC were fighting, he went there and then make sure that there was calm, because there were a lot of people dying at the time. Do you think it's fair for them to say they support Zuma in this case because of what he has done before?
Well, I think we need one day to do a proper evaluation of the basis on which peace was achieved. Certainly Zuma and Thabo Mbeki were involved there, and Zuma, being Zulu speaking and coming from the area, may have had a big influence. But I think one of the consequences of achieving peace is that many of the warlords from the IFP have come into the ANC. And you see in KZN, there may have been peace then, but there's lots of people who've been killed from the Cleveland hostel, but in a lot of other parts of KZN, been a lot of political murders. So we have to ask ourselves, what was the quality of the peace that he achieved? Was it sustainable? What was the price that was paid? Because has the ANC now become a home for the warlords from the IFP? That is what I believe may have happened.
And then former ANC MP and Amstel activist Andrew Feinstein also said that there are good chances that Zuma could be prosecuted in this case, because he's been also following this case and rallying for Zuma to go to court and face these charges. Do you also feel the same?
You said prosecute, you mean convicted?
Convicted, sorry.
Well, I wouldn't like to predict. I think that there's a very strong case, it seems, against him. There's a lot of witnesses, and I'm sure that they will fight like mad. But the first thing the Zuma people are going to do is try to postpone this, say that the basis on which the court case is being brought is irregular. A whole lot of things they're going to do. So it'll take some time before there is a judgment. They've got to hear lots of witnesses, things like that. So I would think it's a strong case, but I'm not prepared to predict what the court will say.
And lastly, Raymond, we are approaching the 2019 elections. Will this case have any impact on how the ANC will do in the elections?
I think it helps the ANC if Zuma is prosecuted, because it shows that they are getting the law to take its course. And if it happens along with a number of other prosecutions, we've seen, for example, a lot of allegations around Ace Magashule when he was Free State Premier. There's a lot of allegations around the Premier of Northwest, Supra Mahuma Pelo, things like this. So there's if a lot of people are brought to book for what they've done, it will probably help the ANC in the elections.
Thank you, Raymond.
Thank you.
That was Professor Raymond Suttner speaking to Crima Media's Polity about Zuma's court case.